Hey, what's up YouTube? Today's video I'm going to be talking about the 5 things I wished I would have known before I started collecting. Hey everyone, welcome back, or if you're new to the channel, my name is Warren and I'm the Ohio Nerd. So in today's video I'm going to be covering 5 things I wished I would have known before I started collecting. In no particular order, of course. Alright guys, so one of the things I wished I really would have known before I started collecting was that collecting is a marathon and not a sprint, and to pace yourself, guys. Don't come out here wanting to complete a set like that. Don't come out here, oh man, I gotta have it all, and then just buy it all. I mean, if you want to do that, do you, by all means. But in my experience, that's not the best way to collect. First of all, you're gonna spend a lot of money, because you're not gonna find the deals. You're gonna be paying market, if not above market, because you're just going to get it done. Second of all, you're probably going to get burnt out, okay? A lot of people, come into this hobby, especially now with the new movies for Star Wars coming out, or for other hobbies, and, they're like, oh man, we're going to get it all. Oh, I love Star Wars. I love collecting. And then you just get burnt out because you're spending so much money. You're not doing it to enjoy yourself. You're doing it just to, get it all. And that's not the right attitude to have. So I think one of the number one things that I think is important to know before you start collecting is that it's a marathon and not a sprint. Another thing I wished I would have known before I started collecting, guys, was to collect what you love, not what's valuable. Okay? So don't collect something just to have it, or just so that you can say, oh, it's worth a lot of money, because that doesn't work out well. So in the beginning, I had stuff that I collected. I just collected it all, and I collected it because it was valuable, and it's like, oh man, I love Star Wars, I gotta collect it all. And I was getting some things, like pop vinyls is a good example. I was buying pop vinyls that were valuable, not because I liked them, just because they were valuable. And the pop market has kind of come down a bit. It's probably going to come down in the future with some of these pops not bringing what they were. And I just feel like, really collect what you love. See, for instance, a good example of this is I like Bendums. I think Bendums are cool. I love the art style of the Star Wars Bendums, but they're worthless. I mean, you can pretty much get almost all the Bendums except like a couple of them for $5, $6. And I love them. I have so much fun hunting those down and collecting them, and it doesn't matter to me the value. So really collect what you love, and you will always like them. You're not just going to be like, you're not going to regret that purchase. You're not going to hate it later on the line and be like, why did I spend this much money? So number 2 thing I really wished I would have known before I started collecting was to collect what I love, not just what was valuable. So a third thing I really wished I would have known before I started collecting was to talk to the fellow collectors. I know that sounds crazy, but when I first started out, guys, I kind of saw like all the other collectors as competition. I didn't quite see it as like a big loving community as I do now. And it's been so much better now that I see this as a community of friends and family. So when I first started out, I was afraid to talk to a lot of people just because I thought if I told them what I liked, they were going to either try to jack the prices up on me, or they were going to go out and hunt it just so I couldn't have it. But it's not like that. Sure, there are a-holes out there who, just try to screw people over. But it's like that in anywhere way in the world. So there are going to be those people. But for the most part, especially if you get into the right Facebook groups, you get into the right Instagram groups of friends, or, YouTubers like us, it's really positive community. I have so much fun doing this, and the people make it great. Going along and talking to different people, you can learn so much about it. For instance, I don't always collect everything, so when it's fun to talk to someone like Zach Curtis, a Superman collector, and learn about how much he loves Superman, why he loves Superman, and just how he got started on that journey. Or talk to a Transformers collector, talk to someone like that who just loves that item, or a Mad Boss, and you're gonna find toy lines that you didn't even realize were there. Simply because, for instance, I don't know a lot about He-Man. I started talking to Justice Curry, watching his videos, and I learned so much about He-Man in just the 5-inch figure world. It's crazy just what you can learn from talking to people. So always talk to fellow collectors. Collectors are friends, not just competition. So another thing I really wished I would have known when I started out was to not be ashamed of what you like. For instance, if you're going to collect My Little Pony, own it. So I went through a phase in middle school where I was embarrassed that I collected Star Wars stuff. I packed everything up in boxes. I stopped playing with my toys. I stopped telling people that Star Wars was my favorite movie, and I said that Shawshank Redemption was my favorite movie. And it just wasn't the true me. I loved collecting. I still was collecting. I just hid it from people. And it wasn't as fun. So in high school, I came back out like, I love Star Wars. I owned what it was. I let my geek flag fly. And I was just so much happier. You're going to want to be with people in life who love you for who you are and are friends with you for what you truly love and like. So don't lie about it. It's not, an embarrassment to like Star Wars. It's not an embarrassment to be a geek or a nerd. And if someone thinks it is, well, you don't really need them in your life. Be with people that are going to judge you. Be with people who are going to love you for who you are. And be proud of the fact that you are a collector, or that you like toys, or that you collect Star Wars, or that you collect Star Trek, or that you like My Little Pony, or whatever it'll be. Just be proud of it and enjoy it. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Alright guys, so as G.I. Joe would say, knowing is half the battle. But when it comes to reproductions, fakes, and scammers out there, knowing is the entire battle. Be educated with your purchases. At the very beginning when I started collecting, I kind of got screwed. I bought a couple fake things which I have since destroyed and chucked aside. And there's going to be people out there who are trying to scam people, guys. If you can see it and you know what's happening, say something. Share that knowledge. If you know how to spot a fake reproduction weapon, tell people. If you know how to, tell if something's original, tell them. If you know someone's trying to scam somebody, say something. Okay? This community is only as good as the police force that it has and the people that are going to stand out there and stand up for the other collectors who don't know as much. You can't have people getting scammed, guys. Getting scammed and having scammers doesn't just affect that one person who, wasted their money. It affects the entire community. So guys, share that knowledge with other people. The more successful scammers are, the more scammers that are going to happen. If you let someone else get scammed, you're helping keep that scammer in business. Okay? And if we can get rid of those scammers, you're going to have better prices, you're going to have less fakes, and you're going to have less people out there trying to screw people over, which means a healthier community all in general. So if you know something, share that knowledge with people. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that video was helpful. If you have anything else that you'd like to know about collecting, or any other ideas for videos, just drop in the comment section below. I hope you all have a great day, and may the Force be with you.